Joe Rogan and actor Scott Eastwood sit down to discuss the shocking reality of the Western diet and why doctors are giving you terrible nutritional advice.
That's awesome, dude. Good for you. I think and don't listen to your doctor. If you have a doctor like I had, my doctor said, all you need is a balanced diet. Most of those vitamins are just going to pee out. And I looked at him like, dude, you look like shit. I didn't say it, but I was trying to be nice. We just had a pot belly. I'm like, this is crazy. You have zero muscle, and you're telling me about balanced diets. Like, this is bananas, dude. Yeah. And now that I've looked back on it, he was probably how old I am now. You know, and he looked like shit. There's a lot of doctors that don't understand that if you want to optimize your health, it's not about what the 100% of the USDA or whatever it is, the requirements. Like there's real science on what the right doses are, and you can find it. It's just complicated. You got to go online and you got to go, what's the optimum dose of vitamin D? Are there dangers of going above vitamin D? Are there benefits of having a high level of vitamin D?
Sure.
Like, if you really want to do it right, you should work with a wellness clinic and have someone go over your blood work. Fortunately, we have Waste to Well in town, so I do it with them.
Yep.
They go over your blood work. They'll actually make you a vitamin that's designed specifically for what your body needs. They'll encapsulate it all in pill form, tell you how many to take a day, and they'll send you like a bag of vitamins. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've been actually thinking about doing that test because there's certain doctors that'll tell you your blood type will dictate what you should be eating.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never really got that done. Or no, and I know certain people just are like, this is a game changer.
Wonder how much of that is voodoo.
It might be.
You
a
know,
little voodoo.
It kind of makes sense, though, if your ancestors came from a specific part of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we know that's the case with alcohol. Like, people whose ancestors came from a society.
Asia.
Yeah. Well, societies that didn't normally drink alcohol, like particularly Native Americans, had a really hard time with it because they just weren't built to metabolize alcohol. They didn't have it as a part of their world. And I guess if you're in a part of the world where your ancestors ate mostly meat, I bet your diet should probably be mostly meat. I bet it fits right in there. And if you come from a place where they ate a lot of specific kinds of grains, like I would wonder like how much of that stuff is real, like blood type versus what food you should eat. Because everybody eats proteins, amino acids, vitamins, and all that stuff you get from fruits and vegetables and meat and food and fish and eggs.
I mean, if you're looking at the Blue Zone, right?
Yeah.
They essentially have a variety of a Mediterranean diet. And it's a kind of a variety of everything. They don't just eat red meat, but they eat a lot of fish, but they do eat red meat and they do drink wine. And they sort of have this diet that is kind of a bunch of everything. And, there's a bunch of other factors as well. Purpose.
Physical activity,
community.
I think a big one with all these Blue Zone people is they're just eating real food. Yeah. That's the real problem. What people need to truly get into their head is the majority of the American diet, as delicious as it tastes, is like
garbage.
It's bad for you.
Yeah.
It's actually bad for you. It's not good for you. Real food is good for you. Yeah. If you go and you have a grilled chicken and some avocado and a nice salad and a glass of sparkling water, that's actually really good for you. Versus if you go and have a fucking Jack in the Box double cheeseburger with bacon and whatever sauce and eat the fries, like that's poison.
It's poison.
It's delicious poison.
Now, I will say, I just got back from Europe. My body there feels so much better. And I eat pretty healthy, okay? I eat healthy here, and I eat pretty healthy there.
Yeah, everybody has the same story.
So what's going on?
It's our food. Our food's bad. There's a guy who broke it down. Remember that dude with the cowboy hat, Jamie? Remember that cat who's really good at breaking down nutrition facts? He broke down what
the gluten is, the glyphosate, right? The
bromine. There's a bunch of other compounds. There's a bunch of preservatives. All that stuff is, again, bad for you. And all these people that live in like Italy and live in these Mediterranean diet places, what are they eating? They're eating food, actual food, real food.
But it's not just that. It's like the way the dairy's processed, right? Yeah. So, and I actually went to a cheese factory in Italy a couple times ago in Europe, and I said, why can my stomach tolerate this and not in America? And they're like, well, first off, the process of making this cheese is like 4 to 6 hours in the morning every day, and it gets the lactose out. Whereas we just slap it in and send it out, you know, and it's like, that's not the
It's
way
also
it should
raw
happen.
cheese. You know, I bought a house from this guy who was from France. Really cool guy. He was a doctor. Very interesting dude. I got to know him, became friends with him, and he would smuggle cheese back from France because it was literally illegal to have that cheese. This is California, 2003.
Oh, really?
Illegal to bring that cheese into America because it was raw. It hadn't been, all the biology in it hadn't been killed.
Okay.
So like when we're drinking raw milk, what you're getting is all the enzymes. You're getting it, and people could say, "Oh, are you a baby cow? You should be." Like, it's really good nutrition. Raw milk is good nutrition. There's calcium and protein and fats, milk fat. It's good for you. It tastes good when you drink. If you're drinking a glass of homogenized pasteurized milk, your body's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, this is milk that can just sit on the shelf for months? That's crazy. If you get raw milk, I get it on a Saturday. By Wednesday or Thursday, it gets a little sketch.
Oh, yeah.
It starts stinking. That's the cat. So this dude, listen to what this guy says. He's talking to this guy. This guy's talking about how he's eating bread over in Europe.
Canada, America. Can't eat it.
That's because in America, what we call bread can't even be considered food in parts of Europe. See, here in America, it's not so much the gluten as what we've done to the grain. About 200 years ago, we started stripping the bran and germ, or the fiber and nutrients, to make flour shelf stable, also nutritionally dead. Because the nutrients were gone, we enriched it with folic acid, which a large majority of the population can't even metabolize. Therefore, many people experience fatigue, anxiety, hyperactivity, and inflammation. But then the bread wasn't white enough, so they bleached it with chlorine gas, and the bread didn't rise enough, so they added a carcinogen called potassium bromate, which is banned in several countries like Europe, the UK, and even China. Then we wanted to ramp up production, so we started using glyphosate to dry out the wheat before harvest, causing endocrine disruption and damaging your gut. So now you're bloated, brain fogged, tired, and blame gluten, but gluten is just the scapegoat. The real issue is ultra-processed, chemically altered, bleached, bromated, fake vitamin-filled wheat soaked in glyphosate. This isn't bread. This is.
Shout out to this guy. His name is Denny Dure. Denny, DENNY _DURE on Instagram. He's got a...
Fuck with the audio there because that song will...
Oh, yeah.
So what I get from that, and I have seen this actually.
Damn it.
It's just essentially pure greed to keep bread shelf stable for longer.
Well,
right?
it's their business model, right? So their business is set up on shelf stable stuff and the problem is it was greenlit, right? So the problem is whatever year they started doing that, they built their entire business on doing it that way. So this was the argument when RFK Jr. came in and said you have to stop using these dyes for children's cereals.
Yeah.
And they were
Seems
saying
reasonable.
this is going to ruin our business. And he was like, you already make the same kind that we're asking you to make for Canada because Canada doesn't allow them to use the dyes.
Yeah.
The same cereal they make in the United States, and it looks not as good. Because it doesn't have the juicy, delicious, bright, vibrant
Reds,
dyes that give you fucking cancer.
Yeah.
But the reality is, it's just their business model. They're set up to do it a certain way, and to change would be very expensive. So what do? They fucking hire lobbyists. They hire lobbyists. They get their guys into the FDA. They get their guys into this organization, that organization, and they make sure that they're protected. And then we keep eating dog shit, and we keep getting poisoned. And you go to Italy, and you have a spaghetti, and you feel great.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you got shot with a tranquilizer dart. You know, it's kind of amazing. And
There's a dart in your neck, man.
We've talked about it so many times. You go over there, and you're like, why am I living the way I live?
Yeah.
These people are just hanging out, having a good time, having a cigarette, laughing.
That shouldn't even be a thing we're arguing about. I don't even understand. It's just like that gets lumped into that. It's like, no, that's for the betterment of society.
Yeah.
What? Like, why is that a thing?
Yeah, we live in a weird world, man. A world that doesn't completely make sense. And then on top of it, it gets connected to political ideologies. So it used to be that the people on the left were really concerned about healthy food. Like when I was a kid, we used to go to the health food store. My parents were hippies, and they would buy like whole wheat bread, and like they would try to buy like organic food, like and that was the thing on the left: avoid chemicals, avoid processed foods. And because it's all these movements are connected with Trump and RFK Jr., there's so many people that are rejecting something that's beneficial to everybody because somehow or another they have this connected to some right-wing anti-science position. Like, God, you guys are getting brainwashed. We should all be eating organic food. That should be the only food. We're not doing that, okay? And it's one of the reasons why we're some of the sickest, fattest fucking people on earth while also being the most wealthy country.